Hello, and thank you for choosing GiacMicro. I am your artist, Erica Giacalone, and today we are going to be going over a couple of things that are going to be important over the next couple of weeks after your microblading has begun. Okay, so now we are going to go over a couple of things that are going to be important in the next coming weeks, specifically your aftercare regimen that you're going to follow. Number one, you're going to have a regimen for twice a day for the first 7 days that you're going to follow. It's an easy 3-step, and what it's going to consist of is rinsing the brows with a little bit of water for 30 seconds, and then you're going to blot them dry and then apply your ointment. Making sure that you follow the aftercare is very important to ensure the best healed results. So step one is rinsing. It's very, very easy. What I want you to do is wash your hands really good under the sink first so that you have clean hands to start. Then I want you to do a light little upwards massage motion over the brows so that you get a nice clean brow line. What you're doing is you are rinsing any sort of lymphatic fluid or any sort of sticky fluid that seeps out from the area that wants to build up and create a scab. This is going to reduce the size of the scab by rinsing that fluid off. Then after that 30-second rinse, you are going to blot the brows dry really good so that we don't apply the ointment over wet brows. And the ointment is very easy to apply, just a thin layer, and I will show you how to apply it before you leave. And that is it. Remember, that's the regimen, twice a day for 7 days. Okay, we're going to go over a couple of things that are going to be important as you begin to heal. What to expect is very important because you're going to go through a couple of different stages and they're going to be a little different at every stage. The first week, you can expect your brows to look a little dark. I don't mean they're going to look black or look crazy. No one's going to notice, but you're going to notice a significant darkening of the brows. The brows are going to actually lighten by 30 or 40%. So again, do not stress over this phase. You'll love them. They'll look very measured out, very bold, very pronounced, but they're not going to stay this dark. Some girls actually even notice a little bit of an orangey or a red tone to them. Again, this will also fade as you continue to heal. This is again going to be for the first week. As you go towards the end of the first week into the second week, you're going to notice that any little scab that did set up in the skin is going to slowly start lifting and shedding away from the skin. This is exactly what's supposed to happen. Do not stress over this part either. The second week is going to bring more of a patchy and uneven appearance, and even some spots might even appear as if there's no pigment there at all. This is completely normal. The patchy spots are what to expect, and you can actually pencil over them at this point. The number one rule during this phase is that we cannot pick or pull at the existing scabs. Doing this could cause color loss in that area, and we definitely don't want to do that. So we have to let the scabs be exactly where they are and let them shed off on their own. But again, keep that brow pencil close by as you can pencil over the light areas and you can restore that uniform appearance all throughout the brow. You might even experience a little bit of an itchiness throughout the brow line during this time. That is totally normal. They are not infected, but scratching them is a big no-no as well. You can kind of take your nail and gently push into the area, or take your finger and sort of pat the area, and it'll soothe it right away. So this is going to be basically week 2. So week 1, they're dark. Week 2, they're going to be patchy and uneven. Now, as you head into week 3, it's going to be what we consider the light phase. You're going to have some areas that look nice and dark. You're going to have some areas that look a little bit lighter, and then some areas that appear to have no pigment at all. This is 100% normal. Keep that brow pencil close by because you completely can pencil over the areas in this time. So as you continue to heal, those strokes will darken back up naturally. Again, this is nothing that you've done wrong. Your skin isn't resistant. You're right on track to healing. Week 4 is when the color settles back in. Those strokes will actually darken back up and you'll see more of a shapely brow that you did initially. Now, you're coming back in 6 weeks. So again, there's a reason this is a 2-part procedure. Your first session you're gonna love because it's gonna be a lot more brow than you had before you came in. However, we're not done yet. So again, it's normal to see those light spots and dark spots by the time you come back in 6 or 7 weeks. that's why we have a second session. So on your second session is when we reinforce every stroke that we laid in on the first, and we go over and revise any areas that need just a little bit more attention if they're very, very light. You will go through the same healing process as you did on the first session, but the second session is not going to be as bad because you have that underlying layer of pigment there. So transitioning through the healing phases will not be as noticeable. So just kind of keep this in mind as you go through those stages. Again, you're going to have a little form in your take-home packet that reminds you of these stages of healing. So just remember, don't stress, don't pick or pull at the scabs, and this is going to be beautiful when we're all done. Okay, when to come back for your annual touch-up. Everyone is different. Most of my clients schedule around a year. Some girls come back around 9 to 10 months. Other girls come back around 16 and 18 months. What you can do to determine when you want to come back, it's up to a couple of different things. Number one, your skin type. Your skin type is really going to determine the length of time or the longevity of that pigment. So the oilier the skin types, it just doesn't hold it as long. Most of my normal to combination skins hold it about a year. So number two is how well you take care of them. So taking care of them by making sure you always have an SPF on the brows when you're going to be out in the sun or any sort of long-term exposure to the sun. So definitely just make sure that if you have a day moisturizer with a built-in SPF, that you include the brows on that as well. Also, the products that you use at home. So skincare products containing active ingredients like hydroxy acids, glycolic, salicylic, lactic, citric, or if you have any ingredients like retinols, you can still use all of those products, but maintain a safe distance away from the perimeter of the brow line. Typically about an inch away from the brow line is safe. And then also your preference. So your preference is going to also influence when you come back. So if you are one of my girls who doesn't mind if they're a little faded around 10, 11, 12 months, you can throw a brow pencil up there if you're going out for an event or dinner. Then you might want to stretch it out to 14, 15 months. But I also have clients who do not even want to full with a brow pencil and they want them highly pigmented all the time. Those clients come back a little bit sooner than the year mark, probably around 9, 10 months. So it's just up to you whenever you want to come back. Okay, so just make sure that you follow the Aftercare regimen as best as possible to ensure the best results. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. Don't hesitate to call or text. But you are getting sent home with an Aftercare instruction sheet. So just let us know if you have any questions. We'd be happy to hear from you.